Hello everyone and welcome back to A Mile in My Stilettos. I'm Crystal and today I'm going to be showing you how I put on this beautiful wig from XRS Beauty, and also I am going to be giving you guys a detailed review of this wig and explaining why I give it an 8.5 out of 10. So you see I'm starting with my got to be, and so I'm just going to be going ahead and prepping my edges. It's important to slick those edges back and down before you get into your bald cap. Now the next thing I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm putting my cap onto my head. It's important to make sure that you pull this cap forward and getting it as thin as possible and make sure that it covers your ears as well. I'm going to cut some holes right where my ear is, and this is to make sure that the cap lays flat and flawless around my ear part. And so after I do that, I'm going to get my Got To Be freeze blasting spray, and I am going to spray it on my hairline, and I'm going to apply a thin layer, and I'm actually going to apply this layer twice and let it dry completely. You can allow it to dry, air dry, or you can use a blow dryer to speed up the drying process. It's important when you apply the Got To Be gel that you only use a thin layer so that this whole process dries quickly. So thin layers is the way to go with this. Now, after I use my Got To Be, I'm going to get my needle and thread and I'm going to sew down the back of the wig cap. The reason that I do this is because I just don't want the back of my wig cap up and flapping and blowing everywhere. So I'm just sewing along the bottom base of my braids. And so you can do this process quick and easy, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Once I am done sewing down the back and the front has dried, I go ahead and I cut off the additional wig cap. And so with this, you just want to make sure you're being really precise. The cap is going to continue to roll back, and I even do mine like more forward than I need to, and then I just pull up until I get to where I want my hairline to start. That's basically where you want the front of this wig line to start, is where you want your hairline to start. That's what you're creating right now, where your hairline will be. So you see I just keep adjusting and pulling and cutting and making it as smooth as possible. And so the places where the cap is lifting a little bit, I'm going to be using this glue to lay it down and make it smooth. Now, again, you want to use thin layers, and I will also say if you don't want to use Ghost Bond glue for this part or whatever glue, you can use the Got To Be for this part. I like to use the glue because one, I'm gluing this unit down anyway, and as well, I believe that this dries much faster than doing it with the Got To Be, and it gives me a smoother, cleaner look for my bald cap than if I was just using the Got To Be, in my personal opinion. Now, after I do this, I'm going to let it dry, and I know that it is completely dry when it is completely clear. So you want to make sure it's nice and clear, and you can see it's already dry. So I get my Morphe powder, and I'm going to just put this on the front part of the hairline for my bald cap, and this is just, again, making sure I have a nice seamless blend as much as possible. Okay, you guys, now that I have finished my bald cap, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to unbox this baby. Yes! Okay, listen. First of all, packaging. We know you care, and we appreciate you appreciating the fact that we spent our dollars on this wig. So what comes in the pack? Obviously, the wig. We're going to get back to that. And look at this. It is some straps. It's a strap so that you can connect it. So if you do not want to maybe sew down your wig or glue down your wig, like I will be gluing mine down today, or just to add extra security, you can snap these and you can attach them to the wig to make a band around the back like that. Also, a comb. This is a nice comb. They cared. Wig cap, in case you did not already have one, and it's in a nice neutral brown color. Put it to the side for another time. We have an edge brush. Yes, to the fresh edge brush, and I will be using it today. I'm going to use this fresh edge brush today because mine's a little raggedy, and with this fresh wig, I want the fresh. Okay, so we have that, and then last but not least, and I think this probably came because of the type of wig that I got, but some rods, some curling rods, in case I need to twirl it up if some of my curls lose shape. So anyways, that's what came in the box. XRS Beauty, you care, and I noticed that you care. Let's get into the wig. Let's get into the lace. So I got the 200 density 22 inch. Let me back this up so y'all can see all these inches, y'all. Inches. Okay, let's take this off. So for the construction of this wig, we have 2 clips in the front, which I'm actually going to remove. We have a clip in the bottom at the back. And then remember how I told you you could attach this band? Well, here's the attachment part. So you would just snap it on like that, pop, pop. So I will be doing that for extra security because your girl gonna be wearing this wig, This is a 4x6, I wanna say. I'll put it in the description, so, and right here. But 4x6, and you have a little bit in the front, and these knots are pre-bleached. So I'm gonna apply the wig today with the pre-bleached knots. We'll see how that looks. We'll see if I need to go in and re-bleach the knots, but pre-bleached and absolutely beautiful. Yes. And I forgot the name of this curl, but I'll put that into the description and up here somewhere as well. So yes, okay, let's go ahead, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these clips because I don't want them. Okay, you guys, and so just so you know, the reason that I removed the clips that are now gone over here is 2 reasons. 1, I feel like them clips pull out your edges, and 2, it's gonna help my wig lay flatter. I'm not using them. I have a ball cap, so those are my 2 reasons, and they're good reasons to me. So now let's get a look at this lace up against my skin. This is pretty seamless, you guys. Oh, enough of that. Let's look at this lace on my head. The moment I've been waiting for. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to attach both of these here. I have a pretty small head, so I'm going to just go ahead and put it on the, you know, tightest one. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information, basically reviewing this wig for you. I'm applying it, but a lot of the things are going to be self-explanatory that I'm doing as you see me putting the wig on. So I'm mostly going to be explaining this wig to you, why I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, and yeah, everything about it. So first things first, this wig is big. I know my head is small, but it's like large in the front more so than anything. So first I have to go ahead and I have to cut off some of the sides of the wig, and so that's what you see me doing here now, just getting that hair out of the way. But one thing I will say is this wig is definitely all about the lace because it's melting so well into my skin already, you guys. This lace is definitely beautiful. With that being said, I would not say that this is a beginner-friendly wig. So if you're just starting out learning how to apply wigs, figuring out how to put them on, how to melt your lace, this may not be the best wig for you to start with, just because, one, the transparency of the lace is going to make it a little challenging for you to see how to cut it, and then also because, again, the size of the lace in the front, it's weird. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like real big in the front. But anyways, continuing on. So I did cut some slits in the front to just help manage the size of this lace in the front and make it easier for me to lay. So you see me getting my clips and clipping the hair back, so that will be easier for me to lay this down in sections. And when you're getting everything lined up, you want to make sure it's how you want to be before you start really applying the glue. So I'm just making adjustments. I had to move my center over, but that's not a problem. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my glue, and I'm going to start to place the glue on my hairline. Now, when you're placing the glue, you want to make sure that you do this in thin layers. Something happened and my glue came out so fast. So I'm going to be moving really quickly to spread out this glue, because one of the things about layering your lace with glue is you want to make sure you're moving the glue into the thin layers while it's still wet and moldable. If you try to move this glue when it is already starting to dry, it's going to be tacky and it's going to turn into like a sludge situation. So it's important to move quickly once you place this glue on your forehead, so that then you can thin it out easily. And you want to apply it in thin layers so that you don't get a white cast. Sometimes when people have their lace, you can see a white cast underneath, and that's because they applied the layers too thick. They didn't let it dry and between each layer. So make sure you're applying the glue, you're thinning it out, doing all of that so you don't get a white cast and you don't have glue that is too thick. So you see me here just taking my time doing that. So now more about this wig. So I do not know what grade of hair they're saying this is, and hair grades go from like 9A to I want to say like 15A or something like that. I personally think that this hair is probably like 10A, 10B, maybe something like that. This is not like a grade 15 hair. It's definitely not. I've touched 15 hair before. I touched 9A hair before, and this hair is not that high up. And so that's one of the reasons for the score that I give it. The lace is bomb. This clear line, clean lace is bomb. I'm giving them that. But the grade and the quality of the hair it's not the very best. It's not the lowest, but it's definitely not the very best. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, something else I'll say about this hair is it sheds. Now, I did comb it out quite a bit just to get the style of the loose wave that I wanted, but there was quite a bit of shedding, more shedding than I anticipated. Honestly, the level of shedding for me was equivalent to when I've had like some synthetic wigs. So just so you know, it has reduced, but there definitely was shedding. So now you see me laying this wig in various parts. And so I'm starting on one side, and you want to press the hair into the glue. Once you press the hair into the glue, that's really setting it in place. So make sure the lace is lined up how you want it, where you want it before you start to press it in to your hairline, because, or in front of your hairline, because once you press it, you are setting it. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Now, back to the hair. I will say that this hair is very soft. It's pretty, it's soft, it's nice. It's definitely quality. I'm not taking that away at all. This is definitely quality hair and a quality wig. I stand by that. And I'm just thinking, would I order it again? I don't know. I cannot guarantee that I will order it again, and that's just because you can find a wig that's basically as nice as this, and if you have the skill level, you can still get a very seamless, flawless look, and you can get it for less than basically $400. You can get it for maybe $200 or a little less than that. So that's just my little 2 cents. You see I'm going in and I am trimming the lace off of the hairline now, so I'm making sure I have all my baby hairs out of the way. I don't plan to do baby hairs for this wig, so that's what they call them, but I'm just making sure that I get all those edge hairs out of the way. And I'm just having to lean in really close to make sure that I'm getting this lace cut. They did a bit of a like peak, like a willow's peak, I guess. And I don't really care for that, so I cut a lot of that off. And then I'm going in with some more glue just to make sure that it is laid down completely. It's easier to add more glue after the fact and for those just edge pieces than it is to try to remove glue once it's there. So I definitely say err on the side of caution and just add more glue after the fact, rather than adding too much glue and then having to remove it. So that's what you see me doing there. After this, I did go in and just tie my front hairline down, and after I took it off, this is how it looks. So I do like this wig. Again, 8.5 out of 10 for me. Definitely one of the better wigs on the market that I have tried. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you like getting hair tutorials, and I have a lot of lifestyle stuff on the channel too. Until next time, peace.